Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Well, happy Saturday and welcome back for over 6 years now on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. with the goal of guiding you to personal and financial wellness. And even though Gino and I are lenders here at Skyline Home Loans, we have our own custom-built studio just for you right on Turney Road at Skyline Home Loans. We'd love you to join us. You can do that by going to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. It sounds like that song. Anyways, click on the live stream button, and we'll allow you enter the Vault Media Studios. We call it the Vault Media Studios because this is actually where the safe was with the Bank of Santa Cruz, where our very... I don't know. It's like our own little private studio here that even KHES I don't think knows about. But if you join us, you'll see that we have, backed by popular demand, one of our most favorite guests and most knowledgeable, and somebody that all of you need, whether it's you, it's somebody you know, or it's your grandkids, your children, whatever. We have Mr. Robert Schwartz with Premier College Guidance, backed by popular demand.
I don't know about the popular demand stuff, but... the seat was open. Gino apparently isn't, he doesn't like me or something. So I said, all right, well, Gino's not here. I'll take his seat. I mean, he's got a big enough rear end. I fit. Oh, no, it's fine.
So I have the co-host today is going to be Rob Schwartz on one of the hottest topics, because we actually go through our podcast. We have podcasts now. We're now on iTunes, the whole 9 yards. And we go through basically, how popular some of our shows are. And by far, the top two is usually talking about credit, because everybody has credit or wants better credit. That was always very popular, but we kind of stay away from that because that is an unknown science. That moves every direction. There's no exact science with credit. So the other most popular topic is basically college planning, especially as it gets more and more expensive. As Rob just mentioned, about 4% more every year it gets more expensive. And knowing what you don't know is the key to Rob's success, I think, because I learn something every time Rob's on the show about options and things to think about when preparing your children for college. A lot of us, in the past, all you thought it was either Ivy League or the big schools, and that's what you just, strive to send your kid to, or your kid wanted to go to. Rob enlightens us, and thank goodness for you, especially as the cost goes up, and your kid might be going, I want to go to SC, I want to go to SC, I want to SC. Well, at $73,000, $71,000 per year, you might want to think else.
It is a pricey place, but I mean, let me, as someone who's a Bruin, I don't want you to think I'm taking a stab at SC. I'm really not. The sticker price is about $71,000 a year, and that's everything included for 1 year: living on campus, your food, your books, your tuition, entertainment, travel expenses, the whole 9 yards. It's still an outrageous amount of money. But I also want to point out, in defense of USC, they are a need-blind school, which means they don't look at your ability to pay when deciding if your child is worthy of coming to the school. And two...
Ironic, considering how expensive it is.
It is ironic. That's true. But I would say equally important is they meet 100% of a family's demonstrated financial need, which means if you have a student in the inner cities of Los Angeles, single-parent family, they have 2 pennies to rub together, and that's about it. And that student, they've done everything in their power to be a rock star. And USC gets an application and says, this is a great young man or great young lady. We want them. They don't say, yeah, but they don't have any money. They say, fine, fund them. Done.
Wow.
So there are advantages. And believe it or not, lower income families might actually spend less money going to a private university with a much higher sticker price than if they picked a state school.
See, this is why we have Rob on the show. Okay. So Rob helps, they're a full service shop, meaning they can help you with either testing, they can help you with figuring out what college to go to, what options are available, how to fund it, because you have, your partner in crime,
Trevor Mizrahi.
Trevor.
Yep.
Good dude, too. Very sharp, and they are a one-stop shop. The reason I bring that up is it's so confusing nowadays. It isn't just, shipping your kid off to SC or UCLA or Cal or Harvard, whatever. There's so many options that you need to look at, not just for your pocketbook, but also for the student, for your child, your grandchild. And what's nice is Rob brought some fun stuff. He always brings fun facts and stuff that I didn't know. So one of them is when we talk about the amount of money that you need to outlay for your child to go to a prestigious school, is what is maybe the return on the investment? A lot of the times we never think about that. We just go, well, here's a school you can go to for this cost, or this school for this cost, or what you have to do to get into that school. You help them with that. But we've never really talked about the return on investment, and I don't want to go into that list yet. I'm going to save that for the next segment, because I promise you, if you stick around and your child's going to be going to college in the near future, or your grandchildren, you're on this top 20 list, most of the names you won't recognize.
That's true. There's even one or two that I'm not familiar with, and that says something.
Consider this is what you do.
Considering this is what I do for a living, when I come across a name where I go, what the heck is that? That says something. But we'll dig in a little bit deeper. And the information I'm going to provide is something that every one of your listeners can have absolutely positively free of charge. And
Well, you always offer free of charge
information. I give away a lot of stuff. There's no doubt about it. But look, I feel a commitment to my community. When I say my community, I mean Santa Clarita first and foremost. But I have students whom I work with in Orange County all the way up to the Bay Area.
You're always up there.
I will be on flights in
I know
June and July.
anytime they send you up anywhere near Napa, I know you're on the plane ready to go.
Strangely enough, there is an attraction to that region for me and my beautiful bride, whom I know you know very well.
Yes. And we meet you there wait. We'll be there in a few weeks.
We will indeed. But it's not a business trip. We're just going to have a good time. But there are so many incredible...
monkey business.
I try not to. But in all honesty, there are so many amazing opportunities in this country that the listeners who are hopefully tuning into this show right now have no idea even exist.
All right, before we go into the break, because I think you should really pay attention to this show. Luckily, we do record these shows, and they're on YouTube. You can go to donnagino.com, click on our YouTube channel. There's about 1,600, that's right, 1,600 YouTube videos now between the Donna Gino Real Estate Finance Show last 6 years and the last 2.5 years with the National Real Estate Cafe, our daily blog, and great interviews like with Rob. So, Rob, give a little background of what you do and why they should be listening to you. Because I know why. Because I hear great information on a regular basis, so articulate, so informed, and so passionate about helping you out with getting your children in the right school. So, give them a little background.
Sure, and I appreciate the opportunity to share. For the families who have heard a little bit about me through prior shows, I'm glad you said the word passion. This is my life. I am never looking for a job ever again. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be until I retire.
I can back that up. I know that is you.
And I'm not just, I haven't pushed my chips into the center by saying, I work with students across California. I teach college counseling through UCLA to a classroom all over Earth. Literally, my students are in every nook and cranny of this planet, and they learn about how college counseling is done here in the States. And that is an honor and a privilege that I get to do twice a year. I'm currently teaching a class now, and I'll be teaching another class in the summer. So I know what I'm doing. I love what I do. My background is as much of what I have learned as what I have watched myself do incorrectly over 20 years' time.
As we all do, anybody who wants to improve in their role.
I've learned from counselors who did me wrong. I've learned from counselors who were really great to me. I've learned from professors whom I expected one thing and got something totally different. I've learned from watching the media tell me lie after lie after lie.
Oh, we can go there.
We will go there. There's so much bad information out there, and I consider it a responsibility of mine, whether I'm getting paid for it or not, to disseminate some of that information to an audience that really cares about it, because we're talking about their son or their daughter. And what if it's their only child? This is their one shot to get it right. Let's get it right together.
Oh, that's a good teaser. Look at that. Robert Schwartz with Premier College Guidance and one of the best college planners I know, who's going to share with you so much great information for the rest of the hour. We're going to bring him on because we always run out of time with Rob because there's great information regarding, how to get your child in the right school, what is the right school, how do they get prepped for that, get into that school, testing, and today we're going to talk about return on investment. When we come back to the Donna Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, don't go away. This is good stuff.